possible, and we do encourage you to... Oh, I disconnected from the game.
Don't make me solo cast a 40-minute game.
I got dropped.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. Maybe I'll get dropped as well. It's loading normally, though, for me.
Uh-oh.
A couple people has left the game. Not just you, but, yeah, there's like 3 obs left in here, and Ursidon's one of them. Hang on, a lot of... You know whatever, let's...
I got it from the stream. Sorry, man.
MANMODE engage. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ZOTAC CUP Finals. We're here in what is potentially the last game of the day, as we have FXOStrelok currently up 2-0 in this series and going for... Oh, darn it, I thought that was an 8, not 10. I was gonna say Reapers finally, but never mind, let's get... yeah, it looks like a lot of streamers dropped out. FXOStrelok's like, so what? So happy, but getting into this, guys... Down up here at the top right corner of Daybreak, it's the blue Terran. It is FXOStrelok. In the bottom left corner, his opponent, giving him a lot of trouble in that last game. It's the red Terran, EmpireHappy. It's FXOStrelok saying, "Can we not restart, please?" I think it's been a long day. I think I can understand the way these players are feeling. I mean, it's been taxing on us. It's got to be equally taxing on them.
Yep, I agree.
And I'm just going to type in chat here. Guys can restream our stream if your streamers get dropped if necessary.
Nope, and more EVT to it.
Oh, is that what he types?
Daikon and mine restreamen. You can restream mine.
Okay, whatever. Alright, dude.
My German's a little rusty, but correct me.
I don't know anything about German, period, is what it comes down to. But alright, guys, let's talk about this. We've seen a lot of cool tanks, a lot of cool mech. Do you think we're going to see mech versus mech for a 3rd game in a row?
I sure do hope not, especially from Happy's perspective here. I don't know if he's thinking in his head like, I can definitely beat this guy with mech. But based on what we've seen in the last situations, of course, FXOStrelok seems to be the more experienced player in this regard. But as I'm seeing on stream here, Happy is the one to drop down his factory before his opponent.
Yeah, the only reason I was questioning this is because it's kind of one of those reverse, like, you know, the saying, if it's not broken, don't fix it. But with Happy's case, it's broken twice now. And the thing is, that last game, Game 2 was so close compared to Game 1. But even still, FXOStrelok just a little bit better, a little bit further ahead at every step, every turn. So Happy, I mean, I'd really like for him to go for Bio, because the reality is, Bio is quite strong. Like, ooh, dude, do you see what just happened? FXOStrelok engineering bay blocked the tech lab, or the reactor. Oh my god! This is gonna hurt Happy so much. This is gonna delay his production by so long. Wow! The SCV, that was absolutely amazing play coming out of FXOStrelok.
And look how he can't hit the SCV because it's bouncing around in like the awkward locations. But all right, that is a sexy play from FXOStrelok, and Happy's got to be so furious right now.
And the thing is,
been scouted out by him, and yeah.
He took his command center first behind this, so I mean, this is gonna lock down the fact that his command center first build will be safe, because he knows it's gonna take time to kill the engineering bay, that it's gonna take time to actually produce units, and that was the quickest reaction time ever. I mean, FXOStrelok got that by like a microsecond, canceling it as well now too, so he doesn't even lose that much for it, just completely pissing Happy off.
You know what we've been talking about all day is this whole, like, whoever's the more, you know, definitive player in the situation, who's making those decisions, you know,
FXOStrelok.
Based off of, yeah, sheer instinct and will. It's got to be FXOStrelok in these situations. But, you know, Happy is trying. It does look like it is a 1-1-1, and he will likely be trying to put on some pressure in his opponent's face. He's pretty much just adapted out of it, saying, sure, I can't get the Hellions or Widow Mines that I wanted to now, but, you know what, I'll have siege tanks with siege mode right off the bat. Yeah, so has Happy actually scouted out any of FXOStrelok's base, though?
He just got in there with the Hellion. He saw the bunker, he saw the command center, but that's it. He couldn't get up into the main at all. He's seen nothing so far, Doom. So, I mean, this is quite scary for Happy, because he sees not only does his opponent have that base, but I mean, he's got the economy running for a while now. Meanwhile, there's a tank and several Marines marching across the field here for Happy, so he's going to be able to put some pressure onto this bunker, but Strelok coming out with his own siege tank as well should be able to hold this off, I feel.
I'd love to see, you know, a Banshee out of either one of these players to try to push back those tank lines. I know that Happy seems to be the one who's more all in here, and is he actually pulling SCVs in addition to this?
A couple, but not too many, only 4.
Okay.
So, I mean, this is going to be good for repairs.
Yeah, still a lot. And look, considering that Strelok has 2 bases down now, his income is going to just snowball out of control if Happy's not able to do a lot of damage with his attack.
Yeah, the Marines are going to come out here. Number-wise, the game is definitely in Strelok's favor because Happy has to push into his base, but there are 2 tanks, and Happy is continuing to pump out of his own. Meanwhile, this Viking going to try and get some damage off. SCVs, though, both sides going to repair.
Yeah, it feels like, you know, with Strelok having the SCVs available to him, he can always pull them if he needs to try to soak up those tank fire shots, because it is going to take longer and longer for Happy to reinforce this across the map. And this is devastating, Rifkin. Has Happy even added on to Command Center yet? Doesn't appear to.
He's just started it. I mean, like, I know there's a little bit of stream delay, but he's literally just started it. So, I mean, he is going to be behind for quite some time. Strelok currently 8 workers above his opponent, plus 2 mules. I mean, it's looking really good for Strelok at the moment. And Happy having chosen to go with that offensive move, he's putting the pressure on Strelok for once. The first time in 3 games.
Does look like he's forced to back up here.
The Viking count, I mean, like, the thing is, again, Vikings are the silent heroes when it comes to these tank fights, and Strelok has the numbers right now. 3-1. Happy he cannot push with his tanks at all.
This is a little more familiar for me, but it does look like Strelok's adding on additional factories. Am I seeing that correctly?
Yep, 2 more on the way. So we're going to see continued mech production out of Strelok. Looking back at Happy, though, I think he's going to go for that Bioforce, and I must commend him for it. With the double engineering base, yeah, that confirms it. So, I mean, again, Bio's really good in this matchup. I personally don't feel mech is the best thing to do. It's obviously works very well. We've seen Strelok win with it several times today, but Marauders they wreck tanks.
They sure do. But, you know, the Marines are always going to be the units that do so much damage in the situation, and if you are able to at least zone the Marauders back, move forward with a couple Marines, you can always really just counter them. I do know that Marauders are good against those take lines, but I really do favor just mass Marines, tanks, and medevacs and TvT.
And Strelok, oh man, he's just pulling further and further ahead. It's 47 SCVs to 34 right now, with 0 workers killed, mind you. So, I mean, the upgrades are coming out of Happy. He's got that nice little contingency, but Doom, he's got a big drop coming his way. 8 Marines in a medevac, 3 Viking escort as well into the main. And Happy's forced to evacuate immediately.
He's got to do something to try to come back in this game. Happy's the one on the back foot here, down 2-0 in this series.
Happy's army's on the complete opposite side of the field. What can't he do? Small amounts of Marines can't contend with the medevac. Actually, the medevac left the Marines to die, I guess. It's just like, peace. But yeah, Strelok, he did the damage. He caused the base to be evacuated. He even picked off a supply depot there. So, I mean, again, this is Strelok. Despite the fact that Happy has a siege outside of his base, this is Strelok controlling the flow of the game, being the aggressor. 8 more Marines getting loaded up by the looks of it, so we're going to have another hit. More command centers coming out too out of Strelok. He's got a lot of tanks on the field, Doom. And this is all happening before Happy has his stim. So, I mean, once stim comes into play, this could change very quickly, but for the time being, we're going to have 3 base Strelok with a 4th command center looking to actually contend Happy's position here.
Well, we're going to have to see. Happy really has to wait for those upgrades to finish before he takes any definitive engagements. And if I'm looking correctly here, it does appear, though, he is aware of that 3rd base location now. Yep, just getting that scan off on my end of things. And this is going to trigger panic mode for him. I mean, he doesn't have a command center building from what I can see. Strelok's adding on that 4th command center, as you mentioned before. And he's going to make it a planetary fortress. Whoa. Whoa.
Actually, it's not a bad choice. I don't know if he sniffed out... I can actually check here. I think he saw the double engineering bay. Yeah. So he knows...
He knows it's bio, though, right? He
yeah,
knows
so by going for the planetary, it's going to shut down any Marine drops. They cannot touch a planetary fortress.
they can't touch a planetary fortress till they're like 3-3 in mass with plenty of medevac support.
Even then, but we got a big drop coming into Happy's main once again, but Happy's also pushing up into Strelok's natural, finding several tanks on siege. She's actually just pushing forward here with a very fierce force. Hellbats are going to start cleaning this up, but oh man, actually Happy, I think Doom Happy might just be out. He lost his force on the offensive. Yeah. The supply is 124 to 53 at this point, and
no third base.
Yeah, no third. Well, it's bio though. The gas isn't. Nope, never mind. GG. So 3-0 win to Strelok, guys.
Wow, ZOTAC Cup. Very impressive series of games there from Strelok. We saw him at the